The sun is setting on the Metroplex, and you couldn't ask for a more perfect evening for lacrosse. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the ninth wonder of the world, Highlander Stadium, on the historic and iconic campus of Highland Park, where your Highland Park Scots take on the Blue Jays of McKinney. Hello again, and I'm Heckma Harrison, and joining me in the booth, per usual, is Cade Hamner and Counselor. The Scots have played back-to-back games Friday and Saturday, split those two games, one in a loss to Torrey Pines, and other they completely rolled Lake Travis on Saturday. And just give me a real quick synopsis of your assessment of what happened this weekend.
Yeah, Heckma, good to see you again. And just like we do every year, we flip the calendar to April and we get into the meat of the schedule. Games are back to back to back. You know, we had a Friday night game, a Saturday night game, then we got Tuesday, Thursday this week. So right, 4 games in 7 days. National powerhouse Torrey Pines out of San Diego, California, came in here Friday night and really got out to a strong start on the Scots. Got up 8-2. But boy, did the Scots get into business from there, came back and made it a tight one. And then, like you said, Lake Travis came in here Saturday. Scots made hay out of that one and really put one up on them to continue to stay perfect within the state of Texas.
Yeah, and I love the way that you preface that. Perfect within the state of Texas as we prepare for the national anthem here in Highlander Stadium. After the national anthem, we will have a highlight package as well.
Get down, yeah, we can break it down, round after round, blow after blow. I'm the top dog, you already know. Got the fire of a dog in me. Let me loose, ain't no dog in me. Ain't no holding me back, ain't no holding me back. I'm the top dog. Keeps coming. I don't know about y'all, I don't know about y'all. I'm the top dog, ain't no holding me back, nah, ain't no holding me back. I'm a top dog. I don't know about y'all. I don't think about y'all. I'm the top dog.
I'll sit down, have a cup of cappuccino, a cookie, read a book. When the car is ready, they come get me. It's a great way to start a Saturday.
Discover our wide variety of new and L-certified vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Lexus locations.
And now we will basically acknowledge a minute of silence here in Highlander Stadium. And Kay, just to give everyone out there that's watching what that moment of silence was for.
Yeah, the Scots lost a teammate this fall, Zane Bird, and he was number 1, and that's what that was for.
Very touching moment here in Highlander Stadium. And the starting lineups for Highland Park.
Yeah, thanks. We're ready to go. So the defense tonight for Highland Park, number 11, Keller Holmes, number 24, Henry Richter, and number 2, Benton Owens. Starting at midfield, the wingers, number 15, the captain Wesley Iverson, and the LSM Ben Boyer, number 33. And at the X, as always, Frank Musa. And then down low at attack, we got number 19, Duncan Zilke, number 20, Harris Sands, and number 8, Parker Addison.
And always in between the pipes, Big Benji.
Left that one for you.
Big Ben Abel, my guy. And as you stated, April, this is definitely the time of month of year in lacrosse. That April is that month. It's very hectic. A lot of games are going to be played, and obviously you get into some district play. I think the earlier game was versus
Lake Travis.
Lake Travis, right. And also I'm thinking McKinney obviously is one, and there was one before that. But either way, this is where you get into the meat of that competition, and boy, do you have some really stiff competition coming down the pipe here.
Yeah, absolutely. Stiff competition in district play, and don't forget we got a couple of out-of-staters coming in, and Don Bosco out of New Jersey.
Yes.
And drawing a blank there. Who's our team out of?
That's us, right? We got South. I know we got South Lake on Thursday.
Got South Lake. Got ESD coming up.
ESD,
Jesuit this year, and Garden City. Garden City. That's the other big one.
Sorry, I couldn't help you there, partner.
That's all right.
But that's both of us having that moment, man, in the blank. But Frank Musa, number 26, a guy that has been dominating the face-off and those possessions. I'm sure that for Coach Mike Pressler, this is the time when you have a guy like that that's dominating these possessions as he's starting this game off are imperative to getting victories.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, you know, Heckma, you've seen it enough to know how dominant it is when you can control 60, 70, 80% of the possessions. And Frank did that on Saturday, and he actually won the face-off percentage on Friday night as well versus Torrey Pines.
Does not surprise me as we get started here in the Park Cities. Please make sure to go on and like and subscribe to Game On Sports to keep up with all things Highland Park lacrosse, as we will be broadcasting games not only today but Thursday and all through the month of April for Highland Park, as we prepare for the THSLL Championship Tournament. Right now, the Scots are just opening up with their offense. Quinn Gordon back to the middle of the field to Wesley Iverson. As you see the Blue Jays extending their defense all the way out. And we've seen them be very aggressive. Boy, that's one that, I was going to say Wesley Iverson was in prime position but lost it off the head of his stick.
Yeah, the rare kind of mishandle there by the captain.
Duncan Zilke working from behind X, getting it back top side. Being defended by number 5, Caleb Hensley. Again, 10:45 here in the first. HP being methodical, but all the way into the game clock. And there's going to be a shot clock violation to start the game for the Scots. And want to attribute that maybe to the Blue Jays defense starting out.
Yeah, they played good defense there. Tight, kept the Highland Park Scots spinning it around there. A little bit of a lackadaisical start by the Scots. We'll see if they can get a ride here and get a quick change of possession.
Blue Jays quick in transition. They get the clear to set up their offense. Ben Hirsch, the McKinney, comes out in all blue with baby blue and white trim. Scots in all white with gold and blue trim. trying to work to the middle of the cage, finding a spot, and that's a save by Ben Abel.
Yeah, good pop up there by Ben Abel after a scrum in front of the net to get a good save to start us off.
Caleb Willoughby working from behind the X again. McKinney setting up their offense, being just as methodical as Highland Park earlier. 62 seconds on the shot clock, 9:22 on the game clock.
Yeah, Scott's not quick to challenge, not coming out too far, playing a little bit of a tighter man defense, letting McKinney wind down the shot clock once and get a reset, and here they're halfway through their next 80.
Yeah, good communication already for the Scots. Working off of the double team. You said it was more of a man, and how about that for a low to high shot and a save from Ben Abel to open up the action.
Yeah, you're going to have to put it somewhere besides the chest of Ben Abel because he'll make that save every time.
Scots, again, aggressive in the transition. Now, substitutions being made as Ben Boyer runs across and also Hudson Jones. .47 seconds on the shot clock for the Scots, who opened with the shot clock violation. Jack McCollum with a pass that goes across the defense, trying to find Duncan Zilke.
Yeah, Scots need to get where they can get a better shot on goal here. You know, you don't want to have 2 shot clock violations in your first couple of minutes without a clear shot on goal.
And just the start, and that's an error. That's the ball that's going to go out of bounds. Possession is going to go to the Blue Jays. And I would say this, look, they, after coming on the back-to-back, you know, getting rest on Sunday and Monday, coming right back here, would you think that there's any tiredness from their legs after playing those 2 back-to-backs, because they are starting a little slow?
No, I don't think that's what it is. I was down there on the field earlier in a really kind of like to see them a little crisper. But sometimes you just start out that way, Heckman. Sometimes, you know, you don't like to think you're looking ahead or you're going to have a letdown game or something, but a little bit slower to start. But we play 4 quarters, so let's just sit and they'll come alive here in a minute.
And that was a save down here on for McKinney. And that's Aiden Kager with the save. We have Aiden and Tate Kager. The players down on the field on the near side. That's number 12. Hagen Land did not see what happened, but he is laying flat on his back.
Yeah, the way he's laying, I didn't see it either, Heckman. It's probably on that clear, probably a shot from a defender coming off that clear to get perhaps a bell ringer there, but hopefully he's okay other than that.
You know, one of the things that I've learned in broadcasting, anytime that you have a player down on the field, what you want to do immediately is try to go to break. But I've learned, and being a parent, and you as well being a parent, you have your child down on the field. You want to know, you don't want to anybody go to break. You know, you tell me that my child is okay. Don't you go to commercial. We're going to make sure we stay here to make sure the Hagen Land is okay, as he's still down at the 35-yard line.
Trainers don't seem overly concerned. You don't know if it's knocked the wind out of him or if he's seeing birds a little bit, or certainly look like he's going to be able to get to his feet, though.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is what we want to see. This number 12 walking off on his own, unassisted, and maybe that's exactly what it was. And just getting the wind knocked out of him and able to walk off as both teams come back onto the field as Land walking to the sideline. 7:03 here in the first quarter, and possession is going to be with McKinney.
Yeah, McKinney get another chance here. We can see if the Scott's defense can get a little more aggressive, look for some turnovers or some ground balls, and they did have a quick transition on that last turnover, which was good to see. Weren't able to convert that into a point, but let's see if they stay aggressive here.
And the Blue Jays bringing it inbounds and working it in the middle of the field is Ben Hirsch. Hirsch being defended by Hudson Jones. Again, the Scots back to that man look. Not extending it out too far, but definitely staying tight.
Yeah, content to stay in tight right now, near the crease, kind of within the football hash marks, and allowing just the man with the ball responsibility to stretch out on his man.
And that's Logan Evans with the pass that goes out of bounds. Possession not able to be gained by the Scots. That's number 7, Nathan Harper, that's chasing down the ball, but it goes out of bounds, and the Blue Jays will keep the possession.
Yeah, I like to see a little ground ball handle there, but good aggressive defense by Nathan to get the ball loose, and good hustle to the sidelines, but unable to get a hold of it.
It's really kind of a lazy pass from Logan Evans, and you saw Nathan Harper break on it immediately, but just not able to get the possession. As referees are talking here, don't know what the...
A little slow start for the refs, too. A little slow start for me.
It's a Tuesday, all right? With Highlander on a Tuesday. So we're going to get this thing going. It's a windy evening here in the Metroplex as that wind is whipping down there. And how about that from a rear check from Nathan Harper? Boy, that was so slick.
Yeah, he didn't get his ground ball earlier, wanted to come back and get a redemption.
He heard you up here. He made up for it immediately, and that's Hudson Jones on the clear for the Scots. 5:57 here in the first. We are scoreless. And to the middle of the field, and how about that? That's a...
Yeah, Harris Sands in tight on the crease, able to get a shot off, but the defender had him hook checked well and able to lift up and make his shot go wide.
And get that right back. Paxton Smith running in the passing lane. That's a turnover, and the Scots keep the possession. Working in the alley is Quinn Gordon, and they're calling for it, and that's number 15, Wesley Iverson. You can hear him howling, Quinn. From up here, he's calling his shot. Standing on the hash mark about 15 yards out.
Yeah, McKinney taking the approach of playing a tight defense, staying in tight around that crease. We've seen that in the past, Heckma, where you kind of pick your poison. If you stay in tight, you clog up the middle, and those cutters aren't able to get inside, but you free up those outside shooters.
And that's has a turnover for the Scots, and they keep the possession.
Yeah, Keller Holmes, great hit.
How about that? Keller Holmes showing some love out here early. 4:48. Who has the magic stick to get things started for the Scots?
Yeah, you feel like we just need to break the seal here, get things started.
Trying to work back topside are the Scots. I believe that's number 8, Parker Addison, with the shot attempt, and possession will stay with the Scots. 4:27 on the game clock. Working back inside, and who is that? Standing right there, right away, calling for the magic stick is the sophomore Duncan Zilke. At 4:18, Highland Park draws first blood.
Yeah, Wesley Iverson setting up a good motion off the inside, top of the crease. Kind of motions away and opens up Zilke right on the doorstep.
Yeah, Zilke, right place, right time. And here's the Game On Sports replay. How easy is that for Zilke just to catch and shoot? Standing in the right spot, and back down at the X is our guy, number 26, Frank Musa. Death, taxes, and Frank Musa's going to win at the X. Okay, so there you have it. Possession stays with the Scots.
Yeah, we got one in the basket now. We hope that opens things up a little bit here. The Scots can make a run here late in the first.
Trying to work through the screen is number 8, Parker Addison, back up top.
As we say, they got started a little slow on Friday night, which ended up costing them the game. But, you know, able to, as the game progressed, get warm and really put up a lot of points. I look for him to be able to do that, just get into the rhythm of things and get the chemistry flowing.
Colin Hell with the shot attempt. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession stays with the Scots. 3:33 here in the first. And that's a laser beam. Oh, my, from Harris Sands from about 15 yards out. And he was determined on that shot in a very small window.
Yeah, you said it. Parker Addison kind of with the assist there, and Harris he was about 14 yards and on the hash mark. So, like I said, they set up inside. They're making it tight, hard to come inside with the cuts. It's going to open up the outside shooters. McKinney's going to have to decide whether they want to come out after them or stay in that tight defense.
And what I've seen is really, Kay, this is where teams get into deep water with the Scots is at the X. Is because of the Frank Musa effect and his ability to win those faceoffs. Once you get down by a few, they just completely dominate, and you spend this entire time on defense for opponents.
Absolutely. It's like Tom Brady scoring a touchdown, and you give him the ball after
right.
he just scores a touchdown.
That's a great analogy, especially when you got a good defense like that. Hey, and they're going to get the ball back, and they know that they have an offense that can score. That's exactly what that is likened to. As right now the Blue Jays take over on offense and try and put some points up themselves here in the first quarter. 3:02 left in the first. And how about that for a spin move? Caleb Hansley trying to work the two-man game. And how about that? That's a pivot back inside. I like that move.
Yeah, it was a good move
by Peyton Tallow for the Blue Jays. Trying to get back topside by the crease. Boy, nifty move, but not able to get the score. Easy clear for the Scots. Substitutions being made by both teams. Wesley Iverson working the middle of the field, setting up the offense. Blue Jays extending their defense all the way out. They're in a bit of a man look as well. Boom! Whoa! Hey, that is Quinn Gordon is cooking. I don't know if that's 15 or 20 yards out, but that was an amazing shot by number 12, Quinn Gordon.
Yeah, and I kind of alluded it to earlier. They got the green light now. McKinney's playing a tight man defense, staying on the inside, not stretching out, which is typically a good strategy when you have runners like Highland Park. But once you start the gunners, start getting those 90, 95 mile an hour shots off from 12, 15 yards out, that's tough for the goalie to see when you have that many defenders inside.
And great execution by the Scots. 2:03 here in the first. Highland Park 3, McKinney 0, and Frank Musa putting in work, getting the outlet pass going on offense. The Scots continue to stay down here on the offensive end. Great screen by Frank Musa as he runs back across, and that's Colin Hell. Over here on the near side by the numbers, in between the numbers and the hash.
You know, once again, McKinney just staying tight on the inside, letting Scots work it around.
Well, if that pass was a little cleaner, boy, that would have been easy score.
Yeah, Zilke to Addison there, and he just mishandles it a little bit.
Boy, and that's Brian Rapp. They've had several opportunities right there on that offensive possession that they missed. And let's just see how easy the ride's going to be for the Blue Jays on the clear.
Yeah, not the full 10-man ride, more like of an 8-man ride, and a little bit of pressure, but not manning up on the goalie. And McKinney able to get it down into their end of the field.
41 seconds on the game clock. Ryan Dale for the Blue Jays in the middle of the field, getting pass out to Peyton Tallow.
Good spin move there. Harrison Wheeler spinning out and recovering. Good stick check.
Yeah, that is just harassment right there for number 22, Harrison Wheeler.
Yeah, and then he finally gets by Donovan Riley with the good slide to pick up the man.
Yeah, and it's really just great communication. You see these guys, defenders, sliding over, and that's just communication by the Scots. And that's the end of the first quarter. Highland Park 3, McKinney 0, and so far, maybe a slow start, but truly dominating fashion here in the first. As they take a break in the first, we'll do the same and come back with more Highland Park Lacrosse here on Game On Sports.
2023, new chapter, same tradition. A tradition of hunger, sacrifice, and winning. Time to make your move, Scots, and we know you will, because tradition never graduates. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Back in action here at Highlanders Stadium. Highland Park up by 3. Heckma Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. And Cade, you know, you talked about the slow starts, and you cannot start slow against those formidable opponents, as we've seen before, and have to make this this grand rush back from behind as they did on Friday. But obviously, it took them about, I'd say, 2 minutes to get things underway and get the party started.
I think so. They warmed up. You know, it's 3-0 at the end of the first. It's not 7, but hey, you know, it's still good. I think Coach Pressler would agree. The chemistry took a little bit to get started on offense, but once they figured out that McKinney's going to play a tight inside the hub near the crease defense, it really opens up the outside shooters, and these guys like to shoot from the outside.
Yeah, they do. And I tell you what, I want to commend also the defense. Those guys doing a wonderful job there in the first quarter, just holding the Blue Jays to two shot attempts on goal. But so far, just the communication and these guys sliding in and around the crease and not allowing any open windows for shots. I think that's the one great takeaway there from the first.
Yeah, I agree. Defense played well. We saw it there at the end. A couple of good slides. Wheeler with Riley sliding over as Wheeler was aggressive on his checks. Guy finally spins by him, but Riley's right there. And you said it, it's the communication on defense. You always got a hot call of a man who's going to slide and who's ready to slide. And you slide the ball, the man who slides away recovers, and you're right back in it.
Frank Musa, number 26, down at the X for the Scots, and another scoop out by Musa.
There's a communication by your winger with Frank Musa there. Wesley Iverson out on the wing, and Musa just puts it right to him in honors of Masters Week.
And Iverson working in close, and that's a shot attempt that goes right to one of the ball boys. Easy catch right there.
Yeah, good handle by our 6th grade ball boys. They write a passage for our 6th graders here at Highland Park as they get to play the inline in one of the Scots games.
It's got to be a highlight for these guys, as both of these goalkeepers have switched goals for the second quarter. Quinn Gordon with the pass inside. And how about that for the save by number 21, Aiden Kager.
Yeah, Paxton Smith, a good shot, just a little bit glove side high, so easy save for that goalkeeper. But Paxton will get another chance here and look for him to try to get a little further inside and give a pump fake next time.
Keller Holmes laying a little wood there right about the 50, not allowing an easy clear. Blue Jays in tight, and that's one that bounces off the pipe and back down, straight back down, but they do allow the goal. I thought that was pretty close.
Yeah, it looked to me like it crossed the goal line. It's kind of one of those breaking the plane thing, hit the top pipe, and then, like you said, right down behind Ben Abel, and probably crossed over that wide line. But good move inside by McKinney. They had a guy cutting inside, and I think it was 24 standing on the doorstep right there.
So right at about a minute 14, McKinney comes in and they are able to score. Highland Park 3, Blue Jays 1.
McKinney's shifting to the LSM to face off to kind of slow down Musa there, and you see the result. It did slow him down, but Musa able to recover.
And that's a hustle to the inline, but that's a possession that is going to go to McKinney.
And when you see that Heckma, that's McKinney's conceding the night. Frank is going to win the faceoffs. We're going to try to slow you down so you don't fast break us every time.
And how about that? That's pretty much of a Hail Mary, trying to get the clear, not wanting the failure to advance for McKinney.
And Donovan Riley, good pick out of the air, knock down, if you will, and gets it back up to his offense.
10:03 here in the second. HP with numbers, but elect to pull it back and set up the offense. Brian Rapp working up top.
All right, Heckman, what do you see here? McKinney's defense is starting to come out. It's opening up the inside.
And they have done that, and now I think they're making themselves susceptible to this, the way that this offense works. You're going to find some guys in and around that crease pretty soon.
Absolutely. They're stretching out to get those outside shooters. It's going to open up the cutters inside for the Scots. So look for Zilke, look for Addison on the inside.
HP setting up their offense, working from behind the X. The screen comes, getting back topside, and that's a shot attempt that bounces off of the leg of the goalie. Here again, getting back topside, great ball, able to handle that from Harris Sands.
McKinney pulling the defense a little tight, kind of the result of the Scots offense contracting a bit. If I was HP, I'd keep him stretched out like that, make him come to you and open up those cutters inside.
Yeah, a bit of a strategy change here for the Blue Jays, coming all the way out now on defense, as Cade was speaking about earlier. They had been really close in around the crease as a timeout is called on the field by Coach Mike Pressler. As he takes a break, we're going to do the same, and we'll be right back with more action here on Game On Sports.
I actually look forward to car shopping with Sewell because I know that the whole process is going to be seamless, comfortable, and we're going to be taken care of. Buying a car is a big life event. I just felt very relaxed through the whole process. They put us at ease. There wasn't any pressure. It really felt like we were sitting at home trying to buy a car, especially with the cookies. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
Back in action here at Highlander Stadium. Highland Park 3, McKinney 1. And Katie, we've seen some changes on defense and also at the X. I was just alluding to, wanting to ask you more about what you were saying about the faceoff and them conceding at the faceoff. What is that basically the strategy of that when you see, look, we just can't get a win here at the faceoff?
Yeah, you know, it's a good coaching move. If you're beat, right? And if you're beat 98% of the time in the first quarter and into the second, what do? Do you continue to let your kid get beat, or do you put a long pole out there? And that's what McKinney chose to do, and really don't necessarily go for the clamp and the win every time, but concede the win to a guy like Frank, then get in his way. Try to check it away from him and allow your wingers to come inside and help you out. At least maybe make it a 50-50 ball, but at least slow down the fast break.
We saw a change of scheme there, strategy, excuse me, by the Blue Jays, bringing their defense out further. Let's see if they stick with that theme as they do come out maybe about 10, 15 yards out further than they were before.
You know, we've seen this a lot, Heckma, over the years, you and I, in games, and, you know, it's kind of a pick your poison mentality. We saw it with Thomas Minke a few years ago out at Jesuit. It's like, are you going to come out and get him, or are you going to bunch up on the inside and get in the eyes of your goalie?
And how about that from a shot from outside by Paxton Smith? Almost took the goal off of the stand.
Yeah, that rattled the goal like a football hitting an upright there, but
Wesley Iverson tried the outlet pass to Parker Addison. A lot of Blue Jays standing in the way to interrupt that pass. How about that for a pump fake and clear by the Blue Jays? That's number 5, Caleb Hensley, on the clear for McKinney. Working it back up top. 7:37 here in the second.
yeah, McKinney playing, you know, a game right now that's very respectable. Kind of midway into the second quarter here, and they're only down by 2, 3-1 to perennial powerhouse HP.
And that's a risky pass by Ben Hirsch. Trying to get it down inside to Ben Hirsch. And HP almost regains the possession. Logan Evans for the Blue Jays, working back behind the X, being guarded by Hudson Jones.
A lot of cutters on the inside. HP able to move and pick them up.
8 seconds on the shot clock by the Blue Jays. They are definitely in danger of a shot clock violation. Don't think anyone has yelled it out, but that is a shot clock violation. Possession is going to go to HP.
Yeah, good defensive series by the Scots there to pick up the man, motion away, cutting inside, poles moving around good. Ben Abel barking out commands of where he wants his defenders to set up.
And it looks like we have our first penalty of the game. I was just about to mention how cleanly played this game is, and the first flag comes up right as it's on the tip of my tongue in its true fashion. It just beat me to the jinx.
Yes, it faked me out there. I thought it was a timeout call.
No.
The subtle yellow flag.
Paxton Smith with the pass. Down on the numbers to Quinn Gordon. Again, setting up their offense. You see the Blue Jays collapsing their defense just a little bit. Maybe that's another adjustment that they've made. How about that? That is what you call threading the needle for number 12, Quinn Gordon.
Yeah, fantastic. Another outside shot by the Scots, with Gordon getting a top shelf over the right shoulder of the goalie in that top left corner of the cage.
That was a beautiful shot by number 12, the senior captain, Quinn Gordon. Just finding those really small windows to shoot into, man. These guys, when they go sniper gang, they do it up, man.
McKinney going back to the shorty at face-off here. Going to see if they can try to contest. And just like that, Frank goes by, and that's why they keep the long pole in there.
You got numbers in close, and how about that? Is another shot by Harris Sands over the top of the cage. Possession will stay with the Scots. 6:01. HP trying to look at the screen, trying to get back topside, and that was all set up by the screen by Parker Addison. That looked like
I thought it was.
I thought that was a goal. How about that? I get a mom goal call here. I thought that was a score.
Either the side of the net or a man in the crease. I thought it was so cleanly in, I wasn't paying attention to what the call was. In any case, no goal.
No goal. False alarm. Sorry, guys. Blue Jays keep the possession. 5:15. Blue Jays in tight. And how about that? Blue Jays with the score.
Yeah, Blue Jays come down, turn it around, and that's a 2-point difference there. You know, you think you got one scored, and defense advances down, makes a quick and easy work of one to pull it within 2.
As Peyton Talio on the far side, able to just squeak that thing across the goal and get a score. And the Blue Jays have pulled it to within 2 with 5:13 here in the second.
Impressive first half for the Blue Jays to lose, you know, the vast majority, 90% of the faceoffs, and be within 2 of the Scots.
And we're bringing the offense all the way back up top. As you see, Quinn Gordon being defended by number 33 by the Blue Jays, and that's a goal. That's a goal.
That is a goal. Frank Musa stays in there. Quinn Gordon comes in off the bench, quickly takes it and dishes it back to Musa from about 10 yards straight up 12 o'clock and puts it in the 5-hole.
And Frank Musa getting in on the action and the score.
You can't look down at your notes, Heckma.
That's all I did. That's all I did. As soon as I look back up again, it's a score. So got Bennett Moss down at the X for the Scots.
Yeah, get your number 2 face-off specialist a little work in a game like this.
A whole penalty, and now possession will go to the Scots. .452 here in the second. Highland Park 5, McKinney 2. HP working from behind the X, working around the screen. Blue Jays, look at how many Blue Jays you got in and around that crease.
Yeah, you look at Scott's kind of motion away to that far side and set up a screen and try to get the shooter isolated on this near side.
Is that the best way to get some space? And I think they found it. Boy, that was a slick shot right on time. But Kager right in the way of that shot. Finding and has numbers, and another save from point blank range for Kager. Maybe a crease violation here.
Yeah, I think Colin Hale got in on him there late and got a goalie interference call.
Yeah, and that's going to go against the Scots. 3:50 here in the second.
Yeah, Colin Hale aggressive there on the save by the McKinney keeper. Just played him a little too tight, and you got to watch how much contact you give when that goalie is within the crease. Once he's outside the crease, he's free, just like any other player, but gets the technical call there. It'll be a 30-second one-man advantage for McKinney.
3 minutes and 50 seconds here in the first half. McKinney has been really quick on offense, as you spoke about, not winning any of the faceoffs, but still finding themselves only down by 3 goals. And that's another great job there by number 33, Ben Boyer, sticking that long stick out there and able to disrupt the passes.
Yeah, Ben Boyer, great job there, and he's breaking up across midfield now.
Boyer not able to handle that pass.
Boyer's right there again. He's going to be able to get down and maybe get him an assist here.
Man-to-man, one-on-one, and how about that? You don't see many opportunities missed like that by the Scots. Say that's out of bounds. Wow, and possession to the Blue Jays. That looked close. The referee standing right there on the line, though.
Yeah, he's on the line. Now the ref's worried about, Hudson Jones. Give him a little opinion there. He didn't like it, so unsportsmanlike call, probably the call on Hudson Jones there. We'll see. Yep, that's a technical foul on Highland Park, so it'll be another 30-second man advantage for McKinney coming out of this timeout.
30-second advantage for the Blue Jays. Only had just a few opportunities to see their man-up offense. With 3:02 left here in the first, Highland Park up by 3 scores. But that was awfully close. I mean, I know we're a ways away from where our vantage point, but it really looked like he was able to get there before the ball went out of bounds. But yeah, whatever he said has gotten him in timeout right now.
Got him in timeout. The ref's down there close. I thought it was inbounds too, but I'll give the guy that's standing a yard from the end line.
We may want to. Maybe our binoculars are not working so good today.
Yeah, give him a little bit of deference. But Hudson Jones didn't like the call either, and he'll get to take a knee for 30 seconds.
Play resumes here at Highlander Stadium. And again, please make sure to like and subscribe to Game On Sports to keep up with all things Highland Park lacrosse.
Getting a little feedback from the fans on the text chat here, Heckma. They liked your mom goal call.
Don't. I'm going to be guilty of a few of those this year. All I'm looking for is the net to move, all right? and to me, that looked clear as day. I was about to do the celebration dance up here, but nonetheless, not a goal. You see they're trying to catch Ben Abel with those high-to-low shots, those low-to-high shots. And, again, this one goes off the mark, and the Blue Jays trying to work their offense. As we're all knotted up.
Harrison Wheeler, good, tight, physical defense there.
Another shot attempt, and how about that for the ball boy, able to catch that one.
Boy, they're paying attention good down there. You got to have your head on the swivel.
Oh, man.
Went over with them. You got a 90-mile-an-hour shot coming at you, and they're
hey, it took you like a champ, though. That's what I mean. How about that for Ben Boyer?
Yeah, another good ground ball transition for Boyer. McKinney, good, impressive recovery, though. I've been impressed by the way their defense played in this first half. Playing a little tight early on, transitioned well into stretching it out a little bit and playing on glove.
I mean, but they're hogging the crease. Those few times that you've seen them come out and pressure the perimeter, they haven't done that a lot. They have been doing exactly this, just staying in around the crease and not allowing those clear shot attempts on goal. But as I say that, that's not a mom goal. That's a real goal. And HP is rolling right now with 1:10 in the first. How about that, Cade?
Yeah, they did a good job there. McKinney stretched out a little bit, had two shorties and a pole up top. And Zilke able to find room on the inside on the top of the crease there. Gets a good outlet pass and puts one in.
Let's tell you, it is dangerous business when you have Duncan Zilke standing in around that crease. He is automatic, and they are finding the open man. And there's Frank Musa back down at the X, and he's just, man, again, dominating.
Yeah, I mean, McKinney defense has really done well. I mean, you got to start. Just think you're starting on defense every possession. Every faceoff, you're on defense, and McKinney has kept the game respectable up to this point.
Quinn Gordon with the pass from behind the X, and they have found something, and we are hanging Christmas ornaments here at Highlander Stadium. Wesley Iverson, oh my goodness.
Yeah, Wesley gets the feed from down at X behind the net. Good straight across double skip pass there. Skipping 2 guys on the rotation, going straight up to him, and he gets a shot from about 12 yards out.
I tell you what, you can tell this is starting to weigh on McKinney a little bit, their time that they're spending on defense. And I thought you gave them an awesome compliment with the way that their transition defense reacted there when Ben Boyer was on the fast break, just the way that they recovered. But, man, they're spending a lot of time down there, and you got a lot of shooters and attackmen that are in areas that they just can't defend it all.
They can't defend it all. I'm really impressed with how well they're playing. I've got 2 sons who play defense, and to see how well McKinney's getting back. Again, every time Frank Musa is winning the faceoff, McKinney's immediate on defense. And I'm impressed with what they've done in this first half on defense.
34 seconds left in the first half, and Mike Pressler is taking a timeout to set up a final goal. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back as play resumes to finish out the first half.
You've never been one to fear the unknown. That's because you've seen seasons like this come and go, just like many of your competitors. You know your outcome. Stay focused and take calculated risks, seizing opportunities when others freeze. The truth is, winter business cycles separate the good from the great, and winter is your season. Ours too. That's why for over a century, we've been honored to serve you. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Sewell is definitely a part of my family.
34 seconds left in the first half. Highland Park 7, McKinney 2. And Cade just won't get off of me about the mom goal, so that's just great.
A little further feedback, though. They love your hanging Christmas ornaments.
Oh, yeah, well, you know,
yeah.
I got to make up for the make up for coming unglued on a fake goal. Oh, man.
Yeah, you're with the best of the moms and the grandmas, Heckma.
I know, man. It's awesome. 25 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock is off. Quinn Gordon working the middle of the field, and he is just taking off. Standing right around the crease, and that's easy work and score. Oh, no. No, they give us the goal. Okay.
He gets the goal. I think what's going to be the call is a push in the back on McKinney.
Okay. I thought that was gave us a crease violation on that. You see him dive out, but that is a goal.
You can land in the crease after the ball crosses the goal line by rule. And I don't know if there's a slash call or a trip call there. Probably he wasn't going to go into the crease but for that.
Pushing the back.
Yeah, so we'll see here. And they're going to wave it off because he scored. So it was a technical foul. Waves off with the goal, and we'll be full strength.
11 seconds left in the game. In the first half, excuse me. Frank Musa wins at the X. 1 second. Musa inside, and he scores. That's not a mom goal.
Not a mom goal. And Frank Musa scored off of one of the only 50-50 balls tonight. He didn't win that closely or cleanly, and one of the wingers came in, had to scoop it up, and feeds Musa down the inside.
How about that for enthusiasm in a goal with 11 seconds left, and I nailed it.
Yeah, we had the bench went nuts. We've got we got our 8th graders down on the sideline for their varsity game experience tonight. They go nuts, and they'll follow the varsity team into the halftime now.
And Kate, that's a great first half for the Scots. They start a little slow, I'd say 2 minutes into the first quarter, but after that, they have rolled. Defensively, they are really impressive. I know we could talk about the offense all day, but what have you seen defensively from the Scots today?
Well, Ben Abel's done a good job stopping shots, and you've seen really good play for guys like Wesley Iverson has done fantastic. Harris Wheeler's done really good tonight. Seen Donovan Riley roll and slide a couple times. Really impressed with that. There's no better defense than a #1 faceoff guy, though. And for a faceoff specialist like Moose to come out and dominate the way he has, it's really, really impressive.
And I got to give some love to the offense. They have been doing one heck of a job offensively, being efficient. They're winning the ground ball war, but also just being very crisp with their passes as well.
Yeah, you know, offense doesn't click right away all the time. It's just like quarterback passing to receiver. You know, sometimes it takes a little bit to get going. Hats off to the offense for sticking with it, moving it around. Then as McKinney's defense adjusted, they realize that they're going to be able to take some further shots from the outside, able to put some points up to the board. And 9 points, we're a little spoiled here, but 9 points isn't a bad first half.
Got 9 minutes of halftime left. The Scots are up by 7. The score, Highland Park 9, McKinney is 2. Please make sure to like and subscribe to Game On Sports for all of your Highland Park lacrosse action. As both of the teams take a break for half, we'll do the same and be right back for the beginning of the third quarter here on Game On Sports.
Sewell is definitely a part of my family. Everyone, you know, just has this great smile that we are happy to see you. We're so glad you're here. They really care about people, and that's not something you find at every dealership. I love to leave a dealership feeling peaceful, and I've never experienced that until Sewell. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Buick GMC.
We've done both, new and pre-owned. It's the same experience. It's everything's the same. They make it too easy to even think about going anywhere else.
Discover our wide variety of pre-owned vehicles at Sewell.com today.
Time to make your move, Scots, and we know you will, because tradition never graduates. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
I put a lot of mileage on my car, so I am practically at Sewell every 3 months. Every single time that I go, it's amazing. Everybody is welcoming, everybody is professional, everybody is kind. It's just like easy, fast, right to the point. You're in, you're out. Cannot imagine being with anybody else but Sewell. Their customer service is absolutely flawless. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and L-certified vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Lexus locations.
I love the idea that when you pull into the service garage, your name comes up on the screen. I will always drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Infinity locations.
"2023, new chapter, same tradition. A tradition of hunger, sacrifice, and winning. Time to make your move, Scots, and we know you will, because tradition never graduates. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
actually look forward to car shopping with Sewell because I know that the whole process is going to be seamless, comfortable, and we're going to be taken care of. Buying a car is a big life event. I just felt very relaxed through the whole process. They put us at ease. There wasn't any pressure. It really felt like we were sitting at home trying to buy a car, especially with the cookies. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
You've never been one to fear the unknown. That's because you've seen seasons like this come and go, just like many of your competitors. You know your outcome, stay focused, and take calculated risks, seizing opportunities when others freeze. The truth is, winter business cycles separate the good from the great, and winter is your season. Ours too. That's why for over a century, we've been honored to serve you. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
As play resumes to start the third quarter here at Highlander Stadium. Highland Park 9, McKinney 2. Heckma Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. And tell you, it's just been all rolling. Look at that. Frank Musa, so used to winning at the X. He ran past the ball, not knowing that he didn't win it.
Yeah, he got the clamp, but took off without the ball. McKinney had a long pull out there, like I alluded to earlier. Only seen that a couple of times.
And McKinney with some rare air here, finding themselves winning at the X. Can they take advantage and get some points? And the answer to that would be no to start the game as possession goes back to the Scots. And in transition quickly inside, and a score right away from number 20, Harris Sands. How about that for transition efficiency?
Yeah, McKinney really didn't have an opportunity to take advantage of that face-off win, and a little bit of sloppy passing down inside. Highland Park with a 1-2-3 to Harris Sands, standing on the doorstep, puts it in. I like to see the last few times that Highland Park's been down on the doorstep like that inside near the crease. They've done 1 or 2 pump fakes. That's really important at this level. You know, a goalie's not going to fall for your first move, so you're going to have to pump fake a few times.
How about that? 2 face-offs in a row for McKinney as the violations called on Frank Musa.
Yeah, Frank with the rare back-to-back loss there.
Caleb Hensley with the ball for McKinney, getting it out to number 46, Logan Evans. So far, both goals for McKinney scored by number 8, Peyton Tallow. As you see Tallow with the pass attempt, and about that for being able, taking that one right off of his chest. And again, there's Highland Park in transition, and probably the first time that we've seen them not able to handle a pass, goes out of bounds, and the possession goes back to McKinney.
Yeah, Keller Holmes down there had a couple of good defensive checks, gets that ball loose, picks it up off Ben Abel's chest pad, tries to make the transition, and pass gets away from him and not able to connect, but just like that, quickly enough, Scots get it back.
Blue Jays not able to clear, bringing the possession back to the Scots. Number 10, Hudson Jones with the pass to Brian Rapp. Rapp being followed by Azira Queen, number 16.
McKinney a little tighter in the hub here to start the second half.
Yeah, they're bringing that thing in really close, not extending out to the perimeter like they were before in the second. And that's another save by number 21, Aiden Kager.
Highland Park with the pinch on the inside, 4-on-1 there. And
and that they had numbers. Have numbers, and the possession is going to go to McKinney. Well, I thought they had an opportunity right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. If perhaps on the substitution, one of the HP defenders came across or had a mismatch on substitution there. In any case, McKinney's going to get a free clear up top. Yeah, that's what the call is. Offsides technical violation, so it's a 30-second one-man advantage for McKinney.
Man up opportunity now for McKinney as they get the free clear. They bring the ball inbounds with 9:41 in the third. Highland Park 10, McKinney 2. Defense coming out for the Scots.
Yeah, playing tight in the hub. Just the man that's on ball was stretching out there and able with an easy save.
And that's going to be easy for Ben Abel every time if you're going to play him like that. And that's a great outlet pass, though. Also for Ben out to Colin Hell. Hale standing in between the numbers in the hash, coming back up top to set up the offense.
Yeah, that kills the penalty there. So good kill by the Scots defense.
Quinn Gordon back up top to Paxton Smith. Oh boy, well, how about that for some vision for Wesley Iverson?
Yeah, he was there. Shoestring pass. Zilke couldn't handle that. He was ready to put one in. Back over to Iverson.
It's good eyes by Iverson, and you see Zilke standing from behind the X. He is just lurking back there. Zilke with the pass in tight.
Quinn Gordon move on the inside, gets one off.
Shot attempt, and here we are at 10 seconds. Inside, oh boy, Zilke again right at the doorstep, not able to get the score. Hadn't seen the sophomore make many errors like that.
Yeah, Scott's able to get a couple shots off on that possession. Here comes a quick one.
Oh, wow. Parker Addison, easy work, 7:51. Highland Park 11, McKinney 2.
Yeah, good job by Parker there. You got to make McKinney pay when it makes a mistake that bold. You know, you don't make a good clear. You don't ever want to give up the ball inside the 30-yard line to a guy like Parker Addison, who's just going to turn around and make you pay.
I call that the equivalent of, in basketball, saving the ball under your own goal. You know,
that's right.
That's the cardinal rule. You never do that, and that was definitely an error made by the Blue Jays. That is the one guy you don't want to give a clear path, and that's number 8, Parker Addison. Frank Moose has had enough.
Yeah, Musa with the win there, but I'd stick with the long pole if I was McKinney. They're giving him at least more fits than he was getting with the shorty inside.
Colin Hale working back down behind the X, getting the pass out to number 20, Harris Sands. So far, HP just dominating, in full control of this game. McKinney trying to bring their defense out a little bit, but they are staying and hovering in and around the crease.
Yeah, they're really playing inside that hub, we call it, Heckma, and Scots are keeping good movement. Scots are not staying put, causing McKinney to have to communicate on defense and move around, and ultimately opening up one of those cutters on the inside.
Look at the spin move inside, and boy, trying to get it over to Zilke. Zilke not able to handle that pass. It goes out of bounds. Possession to the Blue Jays. And look at this defense for the Scots. Yeah. They are not going to allow an easy clear.
That's the 10-man ride. The evidence is when you see Ben Abel locked in on one of the attackmen. He's out at the 40-yard line. What you give up is somebody chucking a long goal in for a Hail Mary. We've seen that once this year, but the 10-man ride is effective.
How about that? And they are having to work for the clear, are the Blue Jays. 58 seconds now on the shot clock for McKinney. Hudson Jones defending. Now working back from behind the X. Look at that, the rear check. That was good work by number 33, Ben Boyer. Has had a solid game today.
Yeah, Ben Boyer, Donovan Riley, number 3, with a good slide to come in and double up on that McKinney attackman.
Great hustle by Parker Addison. Zilke back up top, and he gets the ball over to Colin Hale. Hale with a shot attempt, and that's a save by Kager for McKinney, and they're going to take a timeout. As they take one down on the field, we'll take one with them and be back with more Highland Park lacrosse here on Game On Sports.
Sewell is definitely a part of my family. Everyone, just has this great smile that we are happy to see you. We're so glad you're here. They really care about people, and that's not something you find at every dealership. I love to leave a dealership feeling peaceful, and I've never experienced that until Sewell. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Buick GMC.
Boy, I tell you what, I will always say this when I sit in this seat, Cade. I have never seen a beautiful shot of the Dallas skyline in front of me. This is just amazing. Just build a condo for me, all right? Just bring my ashes up here. Just put me right over the top of the press box, all right?
Yeah,
so that I can get this beautiful view of the city. This is just awesome.
Beautiful shot there, and lights of Highland Park Village, all the way down to Arcady down there to the Brown's house. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Brown.
And, we were a little worried about this game earlier because of weather. There's been some rain in the forecast, but rain held off and has been a pretty cool and breezy evening, but almost perfect for lacrosse.
Yeah, good evening, good breezy. That flag standing straight out, wind out of the south. Boy, I thought with yesterday's heat, Heckman, we were really going to get some thunderstorm activity, but it held off. And great night for lacrosse.
And spring showers approach the Metroplex. Seems like the perfect time as everyone prepares for the Easter weekend. Play resumes here at Highlander Stadium. Heckman Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. Highland Park in complete control today.
Yeah, in complete control. This is probably one they had circled on the schedule as a game they want to dominate, and they came out and they've done so. But I've been impressed by McKinney and the way they've played, especially in that first half. Defense has had to play a lot of minutes. They've been able to make adjustments. Goalkeeper's done a good job. And things are looking up out at our northern suburbs and the growth of the sport, and look for them to do well in the next 5 to 10 years out there in McKinney.
Yeah, they've held their own, but it just really points in time in this game where they've just been outgunned. The attackmen for Highland Park are just all over them right now. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession is going to stay with the Scots.
And that's bound to happen in a game like this when you win 95% of the faceoffs, you stay down on offense so much. Eventually that defense, no matter how deep you go down the bench, is going to get worn out at pure lopsidedness of the reps.
Parker Addison with the shot attempt, 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that's going to be another shot clock violation for the Scots as the Blue Jays bring the ball inbounds. And again, you see that defense come up and not going to allow the easy clear. They are hassling. And maybe a failure to advance. Nope, we got a turnover. How about that? HP in tight. Donovan Riley, Dono right at the doorstep with the long pole and not able to get the score.
Yeah, Riley looking for the pole goal there off of that 10-man ride. And that is something that Coach Pressler likes to use, the 10-man ride, not doing it so early tonight, but pulling it out of his bag here a little later in the game to keep that in his arsenal as we play district play here and advance the schedule here in the month of April.
Peyton Talio for the Blue Jays working in between the numbers and the hash, being hassled on the far side, and that's a shot attempt that goes off of the leg of Ben Abel. Goodness gracious, that's going to leave a mark as Ben is hobbled. That hit him right at the left knee.
Yeah, that'll be a bullet wound.
Right in close. And that's the score for Duncan Zilke. And let me tell you something, Cade. I don't always order queso, but when I do, it's top cheddar, brother. And that's what you just got.
That's right. Top shelf, whether it's queso or margaritas.
You got to get it. You got to get it. All we need is some chips up here. We're ready to go. How about that for Duncan Zilke? Had some errors, boy. I tell you what, these guys, when they make some errors, they make up for it. They come right back and do something good. We've seen that from Boyer and now from Duncan Zilke, who had a hard time getting some passes in and around the crease, which would have been some easy scores. But, man, he comes out and he makes amends for it.
And Moss out there now for the face-off, and he gets tied up with the McKinney long pole.
Got 2:45 here in the third.
And I figured it out why the slow start, Heckman. The student body has come out late. The girls are here. I think they were waiting.
That explains everything.
Waiting for a little bit of more support before they got started, but they're deep into their bag of tricks now at 12-2.
The motivation has arrived, and Highland Park is off and running. 2:25 here in the third. Up by 10. Working the middle of the field is Brian Rapp. Getting it back over to Colin Hell. Again, held between the numbers and hash. That's an errant pass. That's going to go out of bounds, and possession is going to go to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I thought Dalton Harris was going to get an opportunity there. He was standing on the doorstep.
Again, not an easy clear for the Blue Jays. How about that? That's a great catch there by Caleb Hensley.
Yeah, good athleticism there. He jumps up and gets it, then legs it out. But to no avail, they'll lose it out of bounds and goes back to the Scots.
Scots on the move, pivots back inside. Colin Hell may have had an opportunity to get a shot attempt, pulls it out. 59 seconds on shot clock.
Highland Park probably content to use most of the shot clock and most of this third quarter clock and get down and take a final shot here.
Now working back inside. That's a trip. Flag called finally. Flag goes in the air. That's going to be a possession that's going to stay with
Yeah, they'll play
Scots.
on off that flag. It was a great pass inside off the trip.
And possession is a play on. Possession is going to go back to the Scots. 42 seconds left here in the third.
We'll get the call, see if it's a 30 or a 60 here.
His call's going to go against Hagen Land.
Yeah, that'll be a personal foul call, so that'll carry over about 20 seconds into the fourth quarter. One-man advantage for HP.
And you see now, as you pointed out before, Cade, the Blue Jays have definitely, even in the man-down defense, they are collapsing in around the crease. The way that they played pretty much the entire game, trying to protect the crease and their goalie.
Yeah, real tight like spokes on a hub here. You'll have the man nearest the ball might stretch it out a little bit. Not quick enough.
Not quick enough. Hey, whatever the strategy, whatever you're thinking, you better try and get somebody on Harris Sands, because he is doing work, and that's a laser beam shot from Harris Sands. And 21 seconds here in the third.
Yeah, the clink of the back of the cage on that one left no doubt.
And Kager is probably, this is a guy who's been peppered with shots this entire game. He's probably going to see that one in his sleep tonight. These guys have been all over him. The majority of this game has been spent on offense by HP. And how about that with the scoop out by number 14, Bennett Moss. Frank Musa gets a rest.
Yeah, Bennett scoops it out to his winger there and
back top side, and that's an easy save by Kager. Cameron Riley with the shot attempt, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Highland Park 13, McKinney 2. As they take a break, we're going to take one as well, and we'll be back for the beginning of the fourth quarter here on Game On Sports. Perfect day for lacrosse here in the Park Cities. Heckma Harrison joined by Kate Hamner. And so far, so good. HP is just rolling up by 11 scores here at Highlander Stadium in a beautiful evening. Plenty of fans here from both sides. McKinney contingent here as well. And per usual, plenty of parents here in support, and the student section showed up a little late. Maybe have a lot of things going on around here. Tennis matches going on when I arrived, baseball. There's so many sports being played all at once.
Yeah, busy week for lacrosse, busy week for the other sports. Of course, the Scots lacrosse team will head out to McKinney on Thursday before we head into Good Friday and the Easter weekend, and a couple of big primo out-of-state matchups next week in Garden City out of Long Island and New Jersey's Don Bosco coming in, both on their spring break trips.
Oh, cannot wait for those matchups, to see these guys versus those formidable opponents. And, you know, it's going to bring out the best in them. And as, you know, Coach Mike Pressler, he wants to see these guys compete against the best in the nation.
Yeah, that's really his plan, is to put Highland Park in the conversation for programs nationally. Of course, Coach Derek Thompson did that with his state championship runs, and then continued on by Coach Moses and teams coming in like Torrey Pines the last few years. But yeah, definitely some big hitters coming in and to contribute to the teams they've already played in that spring break trip they took down to Orlando. Highland Park definitely in the conversation when you talk about national programs.
Not only those tough East Coast opponents, but Jesuit, ESD, a lot of great lacrosse clubs coming here to Highlander.
Yeah, for sure. Big rivalry games. Can't forget Jesuit and ESD, no matter what the schedule is and no matter what the record is for those teams.
And good transition passes. Boy, and Highland Park not able to finish that off with the score. But, man, that's some good passing there by the Scots.
Dalton Harris, the last outlet there. You know, very unselfish play. Maybe one pass too many there, but they're trying to get Dalton Harris on the board.
Spencer Moss working his way back behind X. 10-15 here in the fourth quarter. Highland Park with a commanding lead. Wow, what fancy footwork. And they're going to wave that off. They're going to get a crease violation as in too close.
Yeah, Dalton Harris again with the shot. Wanting to get on the board, but just inside the crease on that one. They wave it off.
Possession is, Blue Jays have the possession. And that's Caleb Hensley. Got a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to go against Highland Park as the Blue Jays play on.
Yeah, I don't. If that's on Ben Boyer, it's going to be. I think he got a little high on his check. Sometimes you slide on a check, slide off a guy's hand. Got up into the face of the McKinney midfielder there, so he's going to get a slash call for that one and take a knee for a minute.
Hey, you know, Boyer didn't even contest it. He ran right over there. He knew exactly what he did. Sometimes you just plead guilty and just go and take your time. Boyer sits in timeout for a minute. McKinney with the man-up advantage. Hensley back to Tallow. Tallow with the pass across the field. Going to go out of bounds. Possession will go to the Scots. 9:07 here in the fourth.
Yeah, not quite the hustle I would expect from McKinney there.
And that's a pass. Looked like an easy pass, but
loose ball push called on HP, so McKinney will keep it.
Number 8, Tallow, like I said earlier, he's guy responsible for 2 of the scores for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Highland Park playing disciplined, man down special team defense here, staying inside.
How about that for the rear check?
Yeah, great check by Richter there.
McHenry. Yeah, look at the love. He's just whacking away, boy.
Highland Park kills it. Good penalty kill there.
And now for McKinney, they don't look like you're not seeing a lot of movement for them on offense.
No, a lot of isolation on their ball handlers, and the Highland Park defenders like Richter on that one just coming out and chopping a tree down.
Ben Owens getting it out and on the move. And that's a shot attempt that's going to go out of bounds. Possession will stay with HP.
The Shadow with the shot there. He gets some time tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of different guys come in because of this commanding lead that they have. 7:44 here in the fourth. Another timeout is taken on the field. They take one. We're going to do the same, and we'll be back with more action here on Game On Sports.
We've done both, new and pre-owned. It's the same experience. It's everything's the same. They make it too easy to even think about going anywhere else.
Discover our wide variety of pre-owned vehicles at Sewell.com today.
Time to make your move, Scots, and we know you will, because tradition never graduates. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Make sure you join us on Thursday at a 7:30 kickoff for Highland Park and Southlake. Always a nice contest between the Dragons and the Scots.
Yeah, taking the ride out to Carroll Stadium out there in Southlake.
Can't wait to see that matches before we get to the East Coast matchups next week. A Tuesday and a Thursday schedule. Again, make sure to like and subscribe to Game On Sports. Get your Highland Park Scots lacrosse fix. Bringing the ball inbounds from the inline. As the screen comes, trying to get back top side. Now, that's a great shot there by number 23, Jack McCallum. A lot of substitutions being made.
Yeah, good recovery there. Good hustle. Pressler. Coach Pressler wants to continue to see his team hustle even late in the game, even up big.
You see Cameron Riley getting the ball back up top. Number 20. Harris Sands with the shot, and how about that for Kager? This kid, hey, as much as he's seen today, he's still been pretty solid in between those pipes.
Yeah, he has been solid, and you know, Coach Pressler able to go a little deeper down his bench here late in the game, and some of these young men like McCallum getting in there, getting a chance.
How about that for the bouncer and score? Highland Park just rolling, even when you bring in a new cast. Still, same result.
Yeah, Dalton Harris there. He was going to keep shooting until he got him one tonight.
He wasn't going to stop, was he? He was going to make the stat book one way or another.
Yeah, good to see the persistence by that young man and able to get on the board.
Tell you what, all of that was set up by Spencer Moss over here on the near side, just completely playing bully ball and creating that turnover by hanging land for McKinney. That threw an errant pass, and then Highland Park was off and running.
Yeah, Bennett Moss on the face-off there. It sticks with it after losing the clamp and able to get the 50-50 ball.
Bennett Moss on the run, getting the ball back up top to Jack McCallum. 6:18 on the clock here in the fourth. Again, Highland Park has just been rolling. Look at that inside, and I tell you what, just a half second too slow.
Yeah, Harris Sands, good power move inside.
Boy, goodness gracious. How about that? Another shot attempt, and there we are at 15. Just like that.
Yeah, Brian Rapp, good shot. He had a really heck of a game, really good game on Saturday versus Lake Travis. A little quiet earlier in the game, but he gets out, gets one on the board tonight, and he'll be in the stat book.
Yeah, Brian Rapp working right to the middle of the field, right in front of the cage, takes the pass, and an easy score by number 6, Brian Rapp. Another scoop out and win at the X.
Yeah, like I said, you start a little slow, but you know, with the wheels and the time of possession, it really just starts to wear on the defense. Is good of a compliment as I can give McKinney for tonight and how well they've played on defense. Lacrosse is in a game that you can just you know, damn the offense forever. If they have possessions and they keep shooting, they're going to score on you. And the Scots able to really finally get momentum going in their direction late in the first. And it's continued the rest of the night here.
Yeah, working back inside. That was a great pass from Paxton Smith to the middle of the field. And you saw that transition. HP not able to take advantage of it. And that's a shot attempt that goes off the pipes for Colin Hale.
Yeah, Kaker came out good on that one before that, made a good save. Then Zaire for the rebound.
Caleb Hensley for the Blue Jays on the clear. Mike Pressler's been switching up that ride, not making it easy for the Blue Jays. You see him coming, trying to get back topside, and immediately the slide is still activated.
Yeah, and Richter, man, he comes out and he can really put some pressure on you with those stick checks.
Another errant pass by the Blue Jays, picked up by the Scots, and they are on the run. Right inside, and there we go again, another score.
Dalton Harris again, number 5. He's going for the hat trick now, Heckman.
Hey, Dalton Harris has been determined ever since he's gotten in. His crease violation didn't matter. He was going to try and get on. That's 2 scores here in the fourth for Harris.
And I like to see that. Again, unselfish play by the Highland Park Scots, but smart play there. They, you know, you got a fast break there, You could have gone for one more pass, but one more pass risk is one more miscue. Dalton Harris goes ahead and takes the shots and puts the Scots up by 14.
As you mentioned it, unselfish play. Sometimes too unselfish, but it works like a charm there. And the score for Harris, 3:53 here in the fourth. Brian Rapp with the pass and working it right back behind the X. There's your hat trick right there. He's going for it, too. He's going for it. He is going for it.
Yeah, he was looking for it there. Definitely had a shot. Rolled across the top of the crease. He's getting it here, too.
He got it. Oh, they threw a flag. But they give him the score. How about that? That is pure will and determination by Dalton Harris with 3 scores here in the fourth quarter by number 5. And he did not let up.
Now, even with the defender on the inside, they didn't want to let him in that far. Gave him a little cross check there. Looked like maybe a push in the back. I can't see what the call. Yeah, it was a push in the back because it was a technical foul. Waved off with the goal. But Harris gets himself a hat trick.
Yep, got the hat trick, and he was determined to get it. He was one guy that's been working, and the extra passes being made to try and get number 5 on the stat sheet. And how about that? He finds himself with 3 goals on the evening, just like that. Highland Park up by 15, up by that's again, look away and they score up by 16.
Yeah, I don't care about the score so much at this point. I'd like to see Bennett Moss there. Got tied up with a 50-50 ball. He continued to stay with it. Eventually that ball popped out. He scooped it up, went on a fast break, made the outless pass, and Scots get on the board again. And the game, late in the game here, going about the way we thought it would, Heckma. But, you know, Scots are going to continue to play full speed. They're a little bit further down their bench, mixing up the combinations on the lines here, but continuing to play effectively.
Spencer Moss with the pass out to Bennett Moss.
There it comes. Push with possession on the Scots. And McKinney will get a one-minute, one-man advantage here as we're under 3 minutes. Wind continues to blow here, Heckma.
I tell you what, and I'm sure those guys down on the field don't mind it at all. As spring goes along, the humidity in Texas will be a factor.
Yeah, it certainly is. Muggy, kind of swampy feel out before we get started. Before we got started here today.
And McKinney trying to just work their offense around. 63 seconds on the shot clock. Really probably just want to get something positive going for the Blue Jays. Possible score here to end the game. I think for a lot of these coaches, they know when you come up against a program like that of HP, it's almost a measuring stick for what you want for your program.
Certainly.
Because this has been an offensive and defensive clinic put on by the Scots. Look at that. How about that by Boyer? Right when you think you got a shot, Boyer's just picking your pockets.
Yeah, another flag on the inside will go against the Scots. And finally a shot where Arthur Peters, who's now in goal, gets a chance to make a save. So he gets a stat tonight for a save.
And this is going to present quite a challenge now. They're going to have nope, they're going to run that one off. They're going to be up 2. Only up a man here for McKinney.
Yeah, right near the end of that first penalty, Scots have just gone back to full strength, so it'll be just a 6-on-5 situation here for the Scots.
1:42 left in this game.
Yeah, like you said, though, Heckma, McKinney'd like to get on the board here in the game on a positive note, something to think about on the ride home. There's a good shot. Good, fast shot gets by Peters.
I tell you what, I didn't yell because I thought it was a mom goal. I did. I thought it was a mom goal. I really did. I did. And as Arthur Peters runs off.
Now we got Zachary Feldman in goal.
Zach Feldman.
Yeah, the senior coming up. Hadn't seen him this year, so it's good to see him in there.
Zach Feldman on with minute 25 left in the game. Going to get a holding penalty. Bennett loses a shoe, or glove, excuse me.
Let's see if HP keeps it down here, if the offense concedes a ground ball or something here to see if they can get Feldman to save.
Slow playing this thing inside, trying to get back top side. How about that for what a move by Rapp? Jeez.
Under a minute here. HP probably not going to concede the ball and go ahead and take the victory from the offensive end.
Yeah, they have it's been all HP this entire game by 15. Finally, McKinney gets a score there. We said they possibly needed something positive to go on. They have a lot to look at this game. Again, HP just putting on a clinic. The way that they played offensively, the efficient passing, ground ball wars, all of those things pretty cleanly played other than the penalties here in the second half. But I'm sure for Coach Mike Pressler, he's going to have a lot to dissect on this victory. But HP just pretty much steamrolls on a Tuesday here at Highlander Stadium. And Cade, I mean, like you've been talking about it this entire match and talking about starting slow and about the type of opposition that you play, but this is a quality district win for the Scots.
Yeah, I think what Coach Pressler does, he's going to probably dissect that first quarter more than anything, because you don't want to come out slow when you're playing Jesuit, you're playing ESD, when you're playing possibly Westlake, in the playoffs or playing for a state title. You can't start slow like that. Your face-off specialist and Moose is getting you the ball. You're getting offensive possessions. You've got to find a way to make those cuts, get on the inside, penetrate, and get those shots to fall so you can take the advantage early on that your face-off specialist is handing to you.
Anything super positive that you took from this that you say, look, just continue to do that from what you saw today?
Well, absolutely. The defense continues to play phenomenal. Been able, I look for him to be an All-American this year, certainly before he heads off to Loyola. And, you can't say enough about Musa. That's always a positive. And the persistence of the offense, I'll give them that. They stick with it until they get it right. They continue to shoot. They continue to move the ball around. Just like to see that click a little bit earlier in the game.
And complete domination today here in the Park Cities as Highland Park completely rolls the Blue Jays from McKinney. Want to make sure that I thank all of you for tuning in, and I have to say it again. Please make sure to like and subscribe to Game On Sports so that you can get all things Highland Park lacrosse. But for Tim, for Cookie down in the truck, for Fred Gardner, who's around here somewhere telling somebody what to do, I want to thank you all for joining us here on Game On Sports. God bless you, and we'll see you Thursday.